A very good morning to you. Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Happy Monday, and thanks for joining us at the start of a brand new week. Tech Talk time right now. And two things have probably been the biggest subject of tech developments over the last 10 years, which are social media and, of course, cryptocurrency. Well, now they're both the subject of one story because Facebook plans to launch their own decentralized currency called Libra that they hope will, quote unquote, transform the global economy. Mark probably said that. No, I'm sure he didn't. Considering the recent controversy around the social media giant, you can only imagine what the response has been. And here to help us unpack this tech, of course, our tech maestro, Brian Smith. Thanks for joining us, man.
Thanks very much, Kat.
Welcome to the new home. What do you think about it?
It's awesome.
Yeah?
It's going to look really, really cool going forward. Congrats on moving in.
Thank you very much, man. All right, so cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, we've heard about that. Everyone knows Bitcoin, but now Libra is going to be the new baby on the block. Tell us about it. Define what Libra is, what it is supposed to do.
Absolutely. So I think this is perhaps one of the biggest technology stories we're going to have this year, if not in the years going forward.
Yeah.
And to your point earlier, I think when most people think of the word cryptocurrency, they think of Bitcoin, or at least blockchain, which is the underlying technology. Essentially, Bitcoin as a cryptocurrency is essentially a money peer-to-peer service that, instead of being backed by central regulators, instead underpinned by technology. So instead of someone guaranteeing transactions are proved through mathematical code or proofs, so cryptography. Essentially now Facebook has realized the value of the system and has created its own cryptocurrency called, as you mentioned, Libra.
Yeah.
What this means essentially is that Facebook is now minting its own coin, so to speak, so we're going to be able to access a Gestalt Facebook currency from within all Facebook's apps and a number of different partners, including the likes of Uber, for example. And that means from anywhere around the world, you're going to be able to buy this currency and purchase items and exchange funds from your favorite messaging apps, all the way to on Instagram, for example, you might be able to buy your favorite influencers' clothes. Wow.
Okay. So there's a wide range of uses, especially given the broad expanse of what Facebook is connected to. So blockchain is what we know Bitcoin to be backed by. Is that the same thing that's backing Libra, or are there some other sophisticated facets of software that are going to be enhancing the way in which it's made more secure, I guess?
So that's a really interesting question. So Bitcoin itself isn't backed by anything except the concept of mathematical proof and trust, right? For example, there's no natural assets such as gold that underpins Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Libra is somewhat different in the sense that Facebook has decided that its digital assets, so the Libra coins themselves, are actually going to be backed by a basket of assets. So that include things like legit actual fiat currencies, all the way to commodities such as gold. Facebook hasn't exactly announced what that basket of assets is. What that means is that Libra won't be a currency like Bitcoin that will suddenly jump in value in the order of thousands of dollars at a time. It'll actually be what we call a stable coin, or a stable currency that you'll be able to trade as you would foreign exchange. So, for example, exchanging rands for US dollars.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's a massive change up in the game there. But of course, there must have been some criticisms leveled up against Facebook for wanting to take on this kind of venture, right?
Absolutely. So Facebook, of course, hasn't developed the best reputation in privacy, especially over the past couple of months and years. And now the major concern is that if you consider when you go to buy groceries, your bank at the moment doesn't understand or doesn't know what each item you're purchasing is. It can just tell the total amount and where you're purchasing it from.
Yeah.
With Libra, however, Facebook, or at least its affiliates, will have a greater level of insight into what you're actually spending your money on.
Of course.
And of course, there's a huge privacy aspect there. There are also a number of different elements in the Libra white paper, so essentially the blueprint for how this currency will work, that have yet to be disclosed. For example, the backing of what assets will underlie the currency is a huge factor which still needs to be considered.
Wow. Okay, and then finally, when can we expect the launch date?
So the interesting thing here is that Facebook has promised we'll be able to use Libra by as soon as 2020, so that's in as little as 6 months away.
Wow, okay.
However, the latest news is that a number of European and financial watchdogs have probed Facebook with a number of questions about this. So it remains to be seen if Facebook is actually going to be able to stick to that deadline.
Wow. Brian, thank you very much. Always appreciate your time and expertise. Great insight over there, but disclaimer, I'm not a cryptocurrency expert, and neither is Brian. This was just an observation. Let us know which stories have caught your attention from the world of technology. And of course, to find out more, you can check out our website, expressoshow.com, under the Tech tab. Click.